Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor-in-chief of UrbanPitch.com. Bridget Flores, executive director of Vibes tonight. Julio Monterosa is out. He is on vacation.
Out and about
on island time. We're going to check in with him, though. So all the Julio stands, stay tuned because we'll be doing a little FaceTime with him, just like we did with Bridget at the beginning of the year when she was in Brazil. Yep. All y'all are going on international trips. And,
I know. You're next.
Yeah. Well, we got to plan the honeymoon. Right. So the honeymoon's next.
That is true.
Hopefully we get that going soon. But
there you go.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a third international check-in. But
I think this is like setting us up for that. And then at some point, eventually, we make
all three of us do an international recording on our phones because Roy's not. I don't know if Roy's gonna make it with all the equipment. Roy could pull up. Actually, you know what? If we all go, then Roy's gotta go.
Just a camera. That's all he needs.
Just
and his vibes.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll take Alan.
And his little 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah. The fighting moves. Yeah. But it is international or national Women's History Month? It's
Women's History Month,
right.
And then on March 8th, it's Happy International Women's Month.
March 8th. So that was over
Sunday,
the weekend.
Yeah.
And so, but is that? Do you know if it's international or national? I don't know.
History?
Yeah, for Women's History Month, is it?
I think it's international.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds better,
everybody.
So we're just going to say that.
Yeah.
And in that spirit, we've had a lot of women's soccer coming up. NWSL season is just kicked off over the weekend. By the time this episode comes out, SheBelieves Cup with the U.S. Women's National Team. I still don't know what the SheBelieves Cup is. It's not like a full-blown tournament.
Right.
I don't know, like, how prestigious it is, where it ranks among the
I feel like
Olympics
it's getting
versus
its traction, but it's not, because it's not that many teams, right?
No, it's I think 6 teams. It's invitational. Okay. It's expanded over the years. It used to be 4, I'm pretty sure. U.S. and Canada are usually in the mix. This year they brought in Colombia, Argentina. Sometimes they'll have like a team from Japan. Maybe it was only 4 teams. I don't remember.
I think so.
4? Yeah. I think, because Japan's been in it, New Zealand's been in it, Australia's been in it. So they've been expanding that,
Brazil,
trying to make that a thing.
Right?
Brazil, I'm pretty sure I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they would have got Marta in there. But it's always good to see, you know, these kind of like friendlies with a little bit of edge to them, right? Because it's not a World Cup, it's not like a Euros or CONCACAF Gold Cup. But it's still competitive, right? And you see a lot of, chippiness, especially in the U.S.-Colombia game. It was getting really rough. Argentina, U.S. got a little bit chippy. Trinity Rodman got hit really hard, and she started getting up and started talking a little bit of trash. Yep. So it's kind of cool to see them play with a little bit of edge. Not that friendlies don't have that edge, but there's always something a little bit higher when they're at like a little bit of competitive
and I think this is putting more of that purpose to the tournament and to the cup for other national teams to kind of see that and recognize like the momentum of it, the amount of eyes that that it has on it. But it's also, I think, at this very moment to see the cup this year, I think kind of gives us a sneak peek of what's to come for the Women's World Cup in 2027, which is actually around the corner, basically. I mean, we're already in 2026 for the Men's World Cup. So I think for me, that was just like really exciting because we're seeing a lot of teams showing up, showing out. They have this year to really like build themselves up to show up in 2027. And I think USA not only winning it, but the team that they brought, Emma Hayes' leadership, has shown exactly what they're capable of, what the team's going to look like next year, and it's exciting. Yeah,
this has been a functional World Cup window between 2023 and 2027, right? Whereas on the men's side, you see functional is the last word you would use to describe it. Mauricio Pochettino and Emma Hayes were brought in, I think, around the same time, but obviously Pochettino had 1 year less to kind of figure out his roster and get his players right. Emma Hayes has really experimented with the types of players that she's been calling in, A lot of people say she's behind. Part of the reason why a lot of top American players are starting to make the move over to Europe, because obviously with her being having English background, she has a different perspective of what the international game is like. In addition to the better salaries that some of the players are able to command overseas. But I think what she's done, and now you've kind of seen the last few windows, the players that she likes, the lineups that she likes to use, a lot. Whereas at the beginning, it was kind of shuffling. She was bringing a lot of new players in. I think I was listening to one of the broadcasts, and they said that this was the first match, one of the two games, I don't remember if it was Argentina or Colombia, it probably would have been Argentina, that someone wasn't making their debut, their World Cup debut, or women's national team debut under Emma Hayes.
Wow.
So that was the first time where she put out a lineup where they've already played for the national team. So that just shows you what kind of shuffling that she's been putting in. And I think it's really cool that she's given some maybe like fringe players or lesser known players an opportunity to put the jersey on. And you saw Pochettino do that as well. He had a little bit less time to kind of figure it out, and I think now the last window they had was pretty successful. They have one more coming up later this month to kind of put the final touch to it. But with Emma Hayes, she's had a little bit more time. She's been able to kind of see, make her pick and choose. There's been a few players out with the injury that she's still yet to see. Sophia Wilson, Mallory Swanson. I'm getting all their changed last names.
I know.
I have to make sure. I think Katarina Macario has played under her, but she's been in and out with injuries. Yeah. So we're starting to see like what the roster is going to look like. And from what I watched, like as someone who's been paying attention to the women's national team for a while, like seeing new players is exciting because for a long time it was like kind of like the same lineup that they're just putting out over and over and over again. But now there's been this kind of generational shift where a lot of young players are making their debuts. You have players like Alyssa Thompson, who's just balling out. She scored a banger against Colombia. Like, really, really cool to see the next generation really kind of take the reins and start to lead this team.
Yeah, they're on the rise. Not and for the women's side just as much as the men's, but I think something about Emma Hayes is she's tactful. She's been intentional with letting the majority of the players get playing time, and I think that she knows mentally that means something for everyone, so that by the time that the World Cup comes for them, they have an idea of the expectations that Emma Hayes has for them. And also the best part is she's very personable too, and the dance that she did with Trinidad Rodman, like I think that again is showing it gives another perspective to the kind of generational look of what soccer looks like as a team, the relationship with the team and the coach, who the coach can be for the players. I think we're seeing, at least in this specific situation, we're seeing a different side of the coach that you don't always get to see, because it's always like stigmatized to be hard and to be like in their faces. And Emma Hayes could be doing that, and she's also willing to push her boundaries as well.
Yeah, the vibes really seem like they're high, and it seems like to not to bring it back to the men's national team, but like Greg Berhalter had the vibes. He was like a vibes coach. A lot of the players really liked him, but maybe not necessarily the most tactical coach, and a lot of that was like the biggest thing with him. But Emma Hayes kind of brings both. And the last couple, like Vlatko Andonovski and Jill Ellis, both a little bit more kind of stoic coaches with maybe they get on players, and there's been some, talk about what it was like playing under Jill Ellis, and a lot of players, didn't really like that. Vlatko, I don't think that there was that much negative, but by the end of his tenure, especially at that World Cup, it just seemed like the vibes were so off, and there was something
a little burnt out,
especially with how well he started compared to how he ended. Like that was kind of tough, but I'm glad he's been doing good things in Kansas City, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But just to kind of wrap things up on the women's national team, I think this is a really exciting team to watch. And even though we talk about, the rising pool of talent from international, like other countries outside of the U.S., and how the playing level or the playing field is starting to become a little bit more even, now we're starting to see a team kind of gel at the right moment. Because this is what you want to see out of your team going into a World Cup, where there's not that many questions, there's not a lot of chaos, and it seems like the players and the coach are on the same page. Yeah. So
it feels put together.
It feels like it's a complete product,
Yeah.
and I am confident in this team going into next year. Whereas the U.S., they're still, I mean, the last window we saw was very positive. They played some really good teams in Uruguay. I don't know, like there's just too much chaos. And so it's completely night and day, which I mean, I guess has been pretty much what we could expect for these two respective teams.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're excited for the rise of the young ones, and Alyssa Thompson, her sister, being on the team too.
Yeah.
Trinity Rodman, like everyone on the team has personality, has vibes, and maybe for the World Cup we'll get to see Emma Hayes and some of the players that scored, like do a little dance and
that'd be
you
cool.
know, like a celebration. That'd be pretty sick to see.
Yeah, Lily Johannes is another name, midfielder.
Lily Johannes,
really fun to watch. Like kind of reminds me of like the Rose Lavelle creative playmaker, and Rose Lavelle's still in there in the mix too. So it's just like a very aesthetically pleasing team to watch.
It's a solid squad.
So I'm excited for them. But you mentioned, Giselle and Alyssa. I was just seeing they have a third sister that's going into the youth ranks for U.S. soccer, and I didn't even know she existed until I saw like the graphic. So this could be like the dynasty for American soccer moving forward.
Triple threat.
Yeah, like you think about brothers like Eden and Thorgan Hazard for Belgium. They had like a solid run together. But it's very rare. What's his name? Teo and Lucas Hernandez for France.
The Dos Santos brothers from
Dos Santos brothers. Like it happens every once in a while. But not like
Have
this.
we heard of a sister duo or trifecta on the women's side?
I probably should have Googled that before.
Hey, we're being honest here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that like we can't even name someone on the spot, I think says a lot too.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
The Mewis sisters, Christy and Sam Mewis.
Okay.
Were both playing. So Sam is the younger sister, but she had her career ended with injuries, and she was just an absolute baller, really, really integral part of the 2019 World Cup winning team. And then her older sister, Christy, kind of came into the fold later, but they had a few, maybe like a year or two together where they were playing, and that was really cool. I think they both went to UCLA. I know at least Sam went to UCLA. Maybe Christy went somewhere else. But Christy married to Sam Kerr, and they're having a kid together, so shouts to them. But, yeah, I think it's very rare. Certainly not three.
Definitely
I don't know about three.
I don't think so. But that's exciting.
Yeah, really cool. And
she has two great sisters to look up to.
Yeah, and the fact that they're born and raised in LA too, the LA girls.
LA repping.
So it's cool to see. And also cool to see that all of a sudden Studio City is in LA when it benefits us, right?
We'll get into that later. As dates begin to grow, we'll begin to talk about that. For now, we'll just keep it general.
Okay,
Julio's not here to fight it. Yeah.
You don't have your backup.
No, I don't.
But let's shift over to the NWSL because it's pretty exciting time right now. So the season's about to start. We're recording this on a Thursday. This will come out on Tuesday. So opening week will have come and gone by then. So we're not going to really talk about the games this weekend and what to expect for the opening slate of matches. But what we can talk about is the season as a whole. And I think this has been a pretty interesting season for NWSL. We talked to Paige Nielsen last week about the high impact player rule that was kind of brought on. Almost kind of haphazardly and a little bit rushed, and she had some really interesting things to say about that. So, I mean, if you haven't listened to that conversation, go check that out. But now with that new rule in, obviously Trinity staying, a couple of players, making moves within the league. Katarina Macario, who we brought up earlier, rumored to join San Diego, still hasn't made the move as of yet.
Coming from
Chelsea. Yeah, so she's with Chelsea right now. I think it's I don't know if it's confirmed that she's not renewing her contract, but that's the the
Rumor
word
has
out
it.
word out on the street is that she's not going to renew her contract, so
come back to
move back to
Atlanta.
the U.S. I don't think she's played professionally in the U.S. yet. She was with Lyon, did some really cool things with them, but she's from San Diego.
She
so
played for France, and she's playing with Chelsea, right? She
she
played
played in France with
For
Lyon, and then went to Chelsea. So
Okay.
two really big women's soccer powerhouses. And for her to come get a chance to play in her hometown of
says a
San
lot,
Diego
yeah.
would be really cool.
And she's Brazilian, born
Yeah,
Brazilian. right?
yeah. And so, I think Bay FC is also a rumored target for her. She went to Stanford, so like she's familiar with the area. So, you know, her coming to the league would obviously be huge. But I don't know, man. This is it's always fun to be in this position, right? Before the new season, like Paige was super optimistic about Houston. The Kansas City's getting stronger with Corey Bethune coming in. So a lot of really cool things. The league, from a business side, got a new streaming partner. They're going to be on primetime TV a lot.
Two expansion teams coming in.
Two new expansion teams coming in. We didn't even mention that. I think CBS, like the big CBS Channel 2 in LA, is going to have 11 games. So nationally televised games. They're coming off of their biggest audience in terms of TV viewership last year. So it's a good place for the league to be. There's still a lot of room to grow. But what are the biggest things that you're most looking forward to, Bridge?
I mean, of course, the growth of it all, like you just mentioned, is going to be really important. It's going to be really big. I think for me, the start of it is always exciting, especially being in LA, especially being an Angel City fan and rooting for them. I'm really hoping that this year sets a different tone for them. I think Sydney is coming back,
Sid
right?
LaRue coming back. So I'm saying this cautious optimism for this team this year, because it's like this every year, and fans of any team knows what this feels like, right? Where, Bridge, I just saw your straw. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
it's so flimsy. Why is it so flimsy? Like,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was gonna take it out, dude. Like, you drinking out of it is so whack.
That's an absolutely hilarious straw. I'm sorry, that's unprofessional, but I just looked at it and
Dude, I drank out of it, and I had to try so hard not to pull it up because it's just so weak. It's such a weak straw.
But anyways, Angel City.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, any fan knows this feeling, right? Where it's kind of been like, you know, a few years of disappointment, right? They made the playoffs 2023. Last two seasons, not as positive as we would have liked, but from an off-season perspective, this I think has been probably the best the team has had. Bringing in Emily Sams, legitimate national team talent. She was called up as part of, I think she replaced a player that was injured for the last SheBelieves camp. Bringing in Ari Borges from Orlando, Brazilian midfielder, another national team talent. You're getting Savvy King back. June Endo might make a return. She's been kind of on and off. Sid LaRue could be making a comeback. So a lot of good additions to this team. And on top of that, we have some players who joined the team last year in Svennis Jansdottir. Came in mid-season. It's always tough to kind of make that adjustment. Struggled a little bit. I wouldn't say struggled, but like didn't have like the immediate impact that maybe a lot of fans thought she would have. But I think she's very talented. And what she's done at Wolfsburg, she played in the Champions League. She scored a hat-trick in the Champions League, plays for the Iceland national team. Really, really talented player. So I think now that she's kind of had a whole offseason with the team and she's been training with them, I think she's going to be a really talented player. Riley Tiernan going into another season, like I think she could, keep her trajectory going. So a lot of things to be optimistic for this Angel City team.
There's a lot of good moving pieces. I think it's just right now in the off season, one would hope that they're putting all of that together to like really define it as a team. Because at the end of the day, like we can have the best players individually, but what they look like as a team collaboratively, I think is what matters. Yeah. And one thing that Angel City does well is they show up for each other. They show that they're there for each other. So I'm hoping that this is the year where they're like, hey, 2 years in a row hasn't been the best. Let's lock in. Let's figure it out. for themselves and like just for their supporters. I feel like it's about time that we see something change, and I feel like this might be the season that happens, and not just for them, for other teams too. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of people stepping up. I mean, it's the season to do it because we have the World Cup around the corner. Some of them may be already called up, already in training. Some of them might have the potential to show who they are as players during this season. So I think it's promising, and it's going to give us a lot of surprises. And then I think also with Denver Summit FC and Boston Legacy FC coming into the mix, it's just exciting to know that the league is growing, that we have 16 teams now.
Yeah, 16
in the league. So I'm looking forward to them. It's always interesting to see how expansion teams do. I think Bay FC has been the one that surprised me, or like I've enjoyed to watch from the very beginning. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it all come together.
Yeah, and back to Angel City really quick. This is going to be the first full season for their new head coach, Alex Strauss. He came in midway through last year. They came into the season last year with an interim head coach. Like that, I don't know if that's ever happened because they didn't get the coach they wanted in the offseason. Right. They knew Becky Tweed was out. And they rolled with Sam Lady for the first half of the season. It kind of worked. Like they started off pretty decently last year, but they knew that he wasn't going to be a permanent hire, and they brought in Alex Strauss from Bayern Munich. And so now that he's going to have a full season to kind of implement the way he plays and all that. It's another reason to be optimistic for this team. But you mentioned the expansion clubs. I think we've seen both in NWSL and MLS kind of a mixed bag where some teams get off to a really quick start, like Bay FC. San Diego had a really good debut season. Or you have the teams that kind of struggle at the gate and takes some time to kind of build a foundation before they really gel and come into their own. Like FC Cincinnati and MLS, first couple seasons, not like at the bottom of the barrel. Now they're perennial powerhouses. So hopefully Angel City, becomes like that. Racing Louisville kind of struggled a little bit, but I think they made the playoffs for the first time last year. So these expansion teams, it's really about the leadership from the front office standpoint. Like, are they going to be behind spending money, looking up players, the right type of players for the coach? And then from a fan standpoint, like, can we get fans to the stadium? Can we implement a culture? Can we, do some of the things that Angel City's done successfully? That matters too, because you want the team to make an impact. And Atlanta is going to come in a couple of seasons. I just read somewhere that their front of jersey sponsor was the most lucrative in the league, which is, another thing to be, excited about. The league is starting to kind of grow in valuation. So from just an outside standpoint, like, this is an exciting time to be a NWSL fan, especially with the World Cup coming up next season. But what? How about bold predictions? Do you have any hot takes for the year?
Bold prediction. Also, before we get into bold predictions, one thing I was going to say, you mentioned Mallory and Sophia.
Yes.
I don't know their married last names, and it's like
Swanson and Wilson. So Sophia Wilson, Mallory Swanson.
Okay.
Yeah, both married to pro athletes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they both had kids, right?
Yeah, recently.
I'm really excited to see them come back into the league, and just the fact that they just had their kids, they're coming back. Like, they were great players before they left. They're great people in general. I'm really excited to see what this looks like for them and how they continue to build off of the momentum that they had. But just shout out to them for doing that. Like, literally having kids now coming back to play. Like, I think them specifically because I've been following them since before they went into maternity leave. It always just amazes me to see the power of, like, the women and how much they take on, not just as, like, sometimes you forget, like, they're women and they also play professional soccer, professional sports. They went to have babies. Now they're coming back and they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Yeah.
Pre-maternity leave, Sophia Wilson was the most dangerous player in the league, arguably the best player in the world. I think she doesn't get enough credit in terms of, like, the global discussion. And a lot of that is Europe bias for especially, like, awards like the Ballon d'Or. But she is one of the most like entertaining players to watch. And then what Mal Swanson was able to do, because she's been playing for a long time. Like I think her pro debut was 2016. As like she was like one of the youngest players to ever make her debut.
Yeah.
And was kind of a trailblazer for like the youth movement that we see now. But she dealt with a lot of injuries coming up. There was a lot of talk about her kind of being a bust, but which makes the last injury or not injury. She was just kind of like getting into her
and then she got hurt, right?
her stride, and then she got hurt, and then she had maternity leave. So getting her back on the field, I think she's a little bit behind Sophia in terms of her return date. So it's going to be great to get her back, and Chicago needs her because Chicago's really had a tough go over the last couple seasons, and so hopefully, she'll make a strong return to the pitch too.
But shout out to them. And then I think as far as like bold takes or a hot take, whatever it is, for the NWSL 2026 season, I think Angel City is going to have a great comeback, but also I think Kansas City Current is making it to the final this year.
Yeah.
100%. Like,
yeah. And
it just the way I was looking back at it, they made it into the final, I think, or semifinal 2020. Or they played again. They played the final in 2022, I think, right? Like the first year of it.
They were in the final, I think, 24. I can look that up.
Yeah.
But they've been the best team in the league for the last couple of seasons. Last year, they ran away with the.
They had like the most wins, right?
It's not the Supporters Shield. I think it's just the NWSL Shield. I think is what they call the regular season division.
With the best season.
They had the best, by far, the best record in the league. Temwa Chawinga, I mean, you talk about Sophia Wilson being the most dangerous player before stuff. Temwa Chawinga is hands down. Like, she's just came to the league and just immediately dominated. Immediately. And back-to-back MVPs. No one has ever done it before, which is crazy to think about all the talent that is played in the NWSL.
For her Sam to Kerr, back-to-back.
Yes, I think Sam Kerr has multiple awards. He's the only player to have more than one MVP award. So what she has done in the league is not any small feat. And then adding Croy Bethune from Washington, which I thought I was disappointed, not only because Kansas City was getting stronger, but because I felt like she loved Washington so much, and the Spirit have such a great young core of talent between Trinity Rodman, Tara McKeown was her maiden name. She just got married too. I forget her new last name, but another player that has kind of taken off in a new position playing center back. But those three players, they have Hal Hirschfeld as well. Like, really, really fun young core getting broken up, and not only are they breaking up that core, but she's going to Kansas City, which is like, it's the rich are getting richer. They can't keep getting away with this type stuff.
Which makes it all that more exciting to see.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Kansas City this year. I think it's not. Hopefully they can get to the final, because that's what everybody cares about. No one cares if you won the regular season in the U.S. It's an American thing. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think Kansas City's a team to beat. Angel City, I'm optimistic. I think this could be the year.
We're like the Lulus.
I mean, maybe at this point, maybe. But when you look at the roster, you look at the coach, you look at all these things. I'm just saying.
They got a nice kit this year.
They got two nice kits. That away kit from last year is sweet too.
Sick,
so
yeah.
I don't want to put my entire heart out there because there's still some defensiveness within me.
Right.
But if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, I would put money on Angel City having a really good season this year.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm hopeful for that too.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else NWSL related?
NWSL, no. I think those are the main things. Looking forward to what the season looks like, and then we make it to a game as a crew this season.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it out.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
Did you renew your membership?
Season tickets, yes, and I have a season credential too. So
okay,
doubled up. Mal can dish out my ticket
there you go.
as she pleases. So, Cool. Before we get to Julio, because I know y'all are waiting for us to talk to our guy. A fun thing that I saw over the week was Atletico Madrid partnering with Peaky Blinders to have like a marketing. So Netflix is getting into the sports marketing world.
Football culture.
They're you know, in addition to live TV, they're doing this kind of unique partnership with Atletico ahead of the Peaky Blinders movie, which is coming out later this month. They're doing a couple of like on-field promotions. I think they're like escorting the team out to the field.
Dressed in
they're like dressed in like the Peaky Blinders garb. Kind of like weird. Because Peaky Blinders takes place in Birmingham. That's where they're from. I mean, I would have thought that like Aston Villa would have been the team to kind of connect with. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why it's Atletico. Atletico did a couple of like movie-based sponsorships back in the 2000s. They had I think it was a Sony Pictures sponsor.
Yes.
So they had like Spider-Man on the front of the jersey. A couple other movies that were coming out.
I think one of their
that
owners
era.
is a part of like.
It was Sony.
Was it
yeah,
Sony?
it was through Sony or one of the studios. I'm pretty sure it was Sony.
But yes, they did have like Spider-Man on there with the jersey.
So this isn't the first time Atletico has done something like this, but it got us to thinking like what other TV shows would make good football club partnerships.
Yeah.
So Bridge, you want to go first?
Okay, so I was thinking, I know we talked about this on the phone, and you brought up Stranger Things because that's a modern popular show right now. And as I was thinking about it, I kind of considered not Angel City, the U.S. women's national team, just because they're on the rise. They're young, the younger generation. They're figuring it out. They're making things happen. They bring the vibes, the personality.
We saw like the young kids grow up, and now like they're all like in Stranger Things, like kind of weirdly old. So maybe not like weirdly old, but like we saw them grow up
the transition from them being young, figuring it out, to like now being older
in their primes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they lead, and they have. In Stranger Things, they have great adults, you know, guiding and showing up for them, and I think Emma Hayes has been that for the U.S. Women's National Team.
Yeah, you could also like almost make that comp to the U.S. Men's National Team, because like we've seen that like kind of quote unquote golden generation grow up, and there's been like all the chaos that's surrounding what's the town in Indiana? I forget the town, like Hartfield, or I don't remember. Hawkins. Yeah. So like the chaos is like, you know, the Berhalter scandal, like Pulisic, like pulling out of camps. Like you could kind of make that connection, but one thing I was thinking for the men's side is Succession, where you have kind of like this familial battle, where it's like, you know, Gio Reyna and Claudia Reyna are going at Berhalter, and there's like this kind of struggle for power. There's a switch in the new head of the team in Mauricio Pochettino, and there's plenty of chaos that goes in Succession too.
The drama is real.
Yeah. Sticking in the whole HBO verse, I was also thinking about Chelsea. And the men's team specifically, and Industry. So I don't know if you watch Industry, but
I haven't watched the full season of the first season, but I started to.
Yeah, so Industry takes place for the most part in London, and the greater United Kingdom, Great Britain area, and it's about like, you know, the financial industry, but there's like a American side to it, where the main character that you follow, Harper, is American, and you know, she's kind of makes this rise from like the first year grad to you know, a boss, right? And so you see like Chelsea getting taken over by American ownership, and the chaos that ensued. Plenty of chaos in Industry. If you're fans of stress watching shows, like that's a very stressful show to watch. And I think there's like some kind of connection there with like the whole England America like butting heads, and the differences between in culture between the two. So there's like a little bit of like, you know, connection there. So I thought that was an interesting pull. Anything else for you, Bridge?
What was I think? Did I have another one?
You did have another one.
What did I say?
It rhymes with Club de Cuervos.
Oh, that's right. Honorary mention. Club de Cuervos is such a funny show. It has to do with soccer and these kids that come in after their dad dies and take ownership of their team, of the team that the dad owned, and it's just like the chaos that ensues into it, the drama, the humor. It's just like if I had to think about what potentially behind the scenes looks like for soccer teams and owners, that kind of gives you a small glimpse of it. I know a lot of it is overly dramatic, but honorary mention because it's such a funny show. I'm rewatching it right now.
What team would you connect that with?
Oh my God. I mean, I feel like half the Liga MX teams go through that,
It's
honestly.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's what specific, I mean, literally I think about just the thoughts that come to mind is literally Liga MX. Because I mean, and they do talk and bring up other teams that are actually in the Liga, but yeah, such a funny show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think that one's good. And if they were ever to come back, I feel like it'd be really cool to see them promote or come out to like any of the Liga MX games, which actually I think they might have done something.
They should. They must have.
Actually, you know who did? Now that we're speaking of it, The Office, the Mexican version that's coming out.
Yeah.
They did a collab with Chivas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They did a collab with Chivas at their home game against, I don't know if it was the one against America, but they did a whole promo of it.
Oh,
and
that's
the
cool.
main guy, Michael, but in The Office, but the Mexican version, I forget his name. He went out to the game. Miguel, yeah, probably. You might be right. Or Manuel. But he went out to the game and he's like talking to people and promoting the soap that they sell from The Office.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. And like,
did you
he
do the
runs on
Saka-Kaka?
the field. Yeah. The Saka-Kaka.
I was cracking up at that.
Dude, that show's going to be something else.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, now that we're thinking, I just came to my mind, like they did a whole promotion thing and it was so funny. I'm sure I'll send you
Okay,
a
cool.
reel
Yeah,
of it.
I missed that.
But I think that goes back to the whole Atletico and Peaky Blinders thing. Interesting, different, but I think it is a smart move. And I think another thing that it adds to is the fact that everyone wants to be a part of the soccer scene right now.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that more and more from like, smaller scale local businesses to influencers to celebrities to like big corporate businesses. And it's just where it's at. And I think it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah. It's only going to grow. And the like growing commercialization of sports this is like one of the better aspects of it. Like that doesn't affect like actual game itself. The World Cup is going to have televised commercials during the hydration breaks.
Right.
And, that's just kind
I think this is a great promoting scheme.
So if you want to promote and add like commercialization to soccer, this is the way to do it. Don't mess with the on-field product.
No.
Like do like cool collaborations like this.
Yes. Because remember they did something like that with the movie for the baseball at the Dodger game too.
Moneyball, which baseball?
Was
movie?
it?
Or 42, Jackie Robinson?
No. It was like a movie that they were promoting, and they had someone in the stands like reading a book the whole time. Do you remember that? Or like in costume.
Oh yeah. Right. I don't remember what movie it was, but they did it. It was like right behind home plate, so you could watch them the whole time.
Exactly.
And they were doing like some weird like
related to the movie.
Yeah. That was an interesting thing. They did like that robot movie. Like it was about the movie did not look good, and I don't think it did well. But they did like an NFL partnership where they had like robot clones or something like sitting in the audience too.
Interesting.
So they're starting to get like really creative with these marketing schemes and putting them in games. So there's better ways to do it than like just making the hydration breaks commercialized and stopping the game specifically to put. They don't care about players' hydration. They're doing that just for the TV commercials. So,
Get creative.
Yeah. Let's get a little bit creative.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. Cool. Should we get to Julio?
All right. Let's call him. See if he answers.
Let's see if he shows up. First of all,
I think he won't. Ramsey says he does. But
I say he does. Yeah. We'll see, and we'll see if he's cross-eyed too. All right. Let's get to our conversation with Julio Monterosa in Dominican Republic. All right, we're here with our guy, Julio Monterosa, on island time in the Dominican Republic. Julio, what's going on, man? Well, checking in on us on your vacation. This is new ground for you, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. You hear the voice. I'm having way too much fun. We were in one side of the island. Now we're in Santo Domingo. Tomorrow we go to Punta Cana, which is another 3-hour drive. So we were in one place 4 hours from here. We got here this morning. And then we go for the day to Punta Cana to do more stuff. So I feel like I've been here for 10 days. It's only been day 3.
On a scale
End
of
of day
on a
3.
scale of 1 to 10, how lit are you right now?
I took one shot before I got here. I was like, I gotta come down. I gotta call. But we just ordered a bottle of Bucana. Shout out to y'all.
Hey,
So,
Bucana.
we have a bottle of Bucana right in the table right now. It's a World Baseball Classic, and DR is playing against Venezuela, and it's pandemonium. It's hyping me up for the World Cup because seeing these people how lit they are for their home country to go far in this World Baseball Classic is hyping me up for the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has been, we were just talking about this before we started recording, but this has been the most hyped I think this tournament has been, and whether that's due to the rise in international baseball players that are making their way to the majors, or just the overall growing professionalism of baseball around the world. The fans have been crazy. The players, like especially like the Caribbean players, whether it's
Showing
Dominican,
out.
Puerto Rico, like the passion that they have now is a lot different than it is for their club teams. And you hear guys like Juan Soto talking about how this is more important to them than it would be to win a World Series with their teams. And they're getting paid, $30-40 million to play for their club teams. And now seeing this and just seeing the way that people play with their flag on their chest is it's really cool as someone who grew up playing baseball. But Julio, I gotta say I'm proud of you. I thought we would see eyes in different directions. The voice is standard. That's something to expect. But shouts to you,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not gonna lie. We betted on whether you were gonna make it or not. I said you
No,
weren't,
no.
and you did.
Yeah. I got your back, brother. I got your back.
No, then again, we had a few beers in the morning, and then it was a 4-hour drive. We just got here an hour ago, so we got our Airbnb. We all showered, came straight here. We're literally 3 blocks away, but it takes about an hour to get it into the place is called Mixer. It takes an hour to get to Mixer, just because I'm telling you, these people are outside.
Yeah.
People with their flags. Some people can get in. Like if I can show you the camera, to the right of me, people are just standing outside clubs with their bucket of beers that they brought from home, like
That's it.
their coolers, to watch the big screens from the outside of the clubs. So it's hyping me up for soccer.
I'm excited
and soccer
for
in the
you.
U.S.
Yeah.
Have you seen any like football, soccer vibes, or has it just been the hype for the World Baseball Classic?
It's been all baseball. I had my Real Madrid shirt earlier because of the game. Shout out to Valverde, killed it.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "What the hell is that?" Because I was looking at my phone, screaming at the phone, and then like we were in the car, and they were like, "What the hell is that?" Like, I'm sorry, what the hell is that? Like he put away.
Oh,
So I'm like, man, so I was just got stuck or what?
Yeah,
a
it got
little bit.
stuck.
You're
It
good,
got
though.
stuck.
We
but-
heard it.
Yeah, we
Little
heard.
face-
Yeah, we got
baseball.
most of it. You got a bottle of Bucanas waiting for you, man. We'll let you go. But
We're gonna keep letting you hang on to dear life, like that one post you posted. I was dying, bro. You was not
on the
letting
zip
go.
line.
Because it make a sound, and then it was loud because everybody was screaming. So it's a sound once you hear, you gotta let go. But I did mess up. I had to put my hands down, and I kept them up. So when I landed, like, if you get like the top of my lip, it's still dark.
We lost
I
him.
smacked that. It was hard.
Oh man.
No, it was hard.
All right, brother. We'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
We're loving
man.
this for you.
International Julio. Yeah, you're there. Yeah, we got you, brother. We'll see you when you get back.
Have fun. Be safe.
I love you guys.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Really cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
Hey.
Oh man, this has been another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast.
All right, thank you,
Beautiful-
bye.
Yeah. All right, later, brother. This has been another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the Beautiful Game of Life, part of the Belief Network. For Julio Monterosa and the Dominican, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.